Welcome to the StockMeta.com studios. I'm Brian Johnson. We had basically a break-even day. Started down, and it was a little bit back and forth all day long. Finished right at or around break-even for the day. We saw a slow grind up most of the day. Some heavy selling come in at the end of the day, but we've seen days like that before, especially in these wave threes where we get a bunch of really heavy selling. Everybody jumps the boat and says, "This is it." And then the next day, the bulls buy it right back up again. So we just want to wait. We got to use patience. You only take the trades that make sense. I used to trade based on emotion, like most people do, and that was, oh, I got to get in right now. And then later on, you figure out that that isn't probably the most healthy way to play the markets, and that logic does actually have to take over at some point, and you have to just know, okay, this is my entry. This is the kind of the target area I'm looking for. You got to have a plan. A plan is very, very important. So today I did take very, very small profits today on a long position here about midday or so. But with the markets bouncing around, it really didn't move a whole lot for me. However, a little bit of profits is, of course, better than nothing, and I didn't get my hand chopped off. But we are going to continue to wait till we see these levels get broke. So let's be patient with our trading. Above 11,400, okay, maybe that's your entry. To the long side, you want to watch that 11,450-ish area above you. Then at that point, that is the more conservative place to look for a little bit of a long. And then, of course, to the short side, maybe below that 11.3 if you want to try it back into 11.2 after that. There's still, some areas bouncing around of lighter overhead resistance and support within those points, but I like those areas for my next few trades. Especially if we see a gap up or a gap down, either tomorrow morning or the following day. Consolidation on a Monday, not a big surprise considering we had a pretty violent move last week. Markets looks like they're gonna try to ease their way into this week's trading. Dow daily, you can see us just kind of wandering sideways. I talked about this. I do not know which way this correction is going to go. Is it going to actually pull back or is it going to move sideways? We don't know yet. I guess I don't really care. I'd prefer to see a move one way or the other. I don't like it when the markets go sideways. It makes for very, very boring trading. So I would prefer to see a move, whether it's up or down. I don't care, just as long as it moves. But as of this day, as of Monday, we've got nowhere. We've gone pretty much sideways for the beginning of the week. Could be setting up a high base, could be getting to who knows. We do not know where this is going to go. That's why I give you both long and short ideas. Prepare you for either one. NASDAQ 60-minute doing the same thing, really consolidating right up through here. My overhead area for you today was the 2200 area. Never got there. You can see that we're consolidating this same range here, this same range here. So 2180, 2200, those are your looks on the NDX. Same thing's being shown to me on the daily. This moved nowhere today. 10 points, high to low. That's not a big move for the NDX. Apple had some great movement today. Did come back to earth by the time it was all over with, but had a very strong beginning of the day, which seems to be when Apple wants to move. Seems like it likes to move towards the beginning of the day. So NDX on a daily still right here at these overhead levels, waiting for it to break 2180 or 2200, one of the two. Weekly, it's Monday, won't worry about it. Today, SPX 60-minute, you can see here the same kind of grind up, but what we're seeing here is still a more neutral to bullish type of a look. Look how we're getting very, very near this overhead area. You can see the sellers are expecting a lot of selling to come in at this area, which they got today. It's been holding up very, very well. That's why I'm telling you to watch for breaks, or gaps, sorry. Watch for gaps. We get gaps up and over this 1227-ish area, and we could see this thing run away to the upside. I don't know if it's going to run too far, but I'm going to still call for somewhere around that, I don't know, 1235-ish, 1240-ish level. Be watching that very, very closely if we make it that high in this first run. Otherwise, looking for breaks maybe back below this 20. I like back below 1215 on a little bit more conservative move for you intraday traders. SPX daily, same thing, consolidating within this little area here. Now consolidating in that same area here. This area constitutes basically the 12, I don't know, we'll call it 1228, 1215 area. Somewhere around in that area is where we seem to be bouncing. Once again, holding steady, moving sideways. if you're not an intraday trader, not a whole lot for you to do today, but sit and wait. Let's wait for the breaks, take our entries when we get them. From the weekly standpoint, too, still it's only Monday, but nowhere for the day. We had a high of 12.25 and a low of 12.20. So as I said, not a lot of profits to be taken today. I got a little bit out of it for the day, but you can see that we didn't go anywhere. 5 points, high to low. Not much to play. VIX Daily did drop, though. By the end of the day, it was up a whopping 2 cents, basically break even like the markets, but you can see it's right back down and sitting on top of this blue line as we noticed from Friday's chart. You can see where this thing is holding very well. This lower line here is doing an awesome job right now of providing very strong support for the VIX here. So, looking for a spike up in the VIX. That might mean then maybe we start to get that pullback we've been talking about, but we still look, we've made the 23.50-ish area and have not been able to hold it. The market just doesn't care right now. So as a whole, I can go all the way back to October and the VIX hasn't gone anywhere. The fear is not coming into this market. Investors are very, very content with how things are and where things are going. Apple 60-minute, here was that big move to start the day. I was watching this very closely up here at the 322. That break over 320 was my mark, and when I got it, this was another one of my trades today. Up over 320 on Apple. Has been my trade for how long? I got it. It didn't hold. That's what I was watching. We didn't get the hold. But we did come back to at least stay above 320 by the end of the day. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more strength there, but come see, come saw. I'll be looking for this again tomorrow. Another entry for me. If you're not in or are looking for entries tomorrow, check something over above, I don't know, 321, 321.50-ish. It's not a bad place to start looking for another long entry there. Otherwise, on any kind of a pullback, watch for 318 to hold. Apple Daily, same type of a thing. Move up, come back down. I made mention of this. On a break over 320, you're going to want to look for that hold and see if we get a wick or if this thing will get up and over and stay there. Now, it did stay above 320 by 15 cents by the end of the day, but you can see the wick. We got all the way up to 322, and the sellers said, yeah, we're going to bring this thing back down for the time being. So, so far, a very slow, but a very steady move up in Apple for the last week or so. Even back here when we talked about getting back above 300 and we had this gap, it's been a very slow, gradual grind to the upside. However, it is still grinding upwards. So give Apple its props in that department. Apple Weekly, you can see nowhere today. For the day, I forgot to mention this, it did finish up almost 1% for the day. Apple showing relative strength compared to the rest of the markets. That's Apple for you. Very strong mover here. FAS 60-minute, you can see us come up and double tap this high right here, right around that 24.50-ish area. Same type of a look as what we're seeing in the markets, as there just really wasn't a whole lot to trade. Anything above that 24.50-ish area, we considered the 24.25 area. You never got the trade. The market really went nowhere. Lots of consolidation today. Same thing with FAZ. Sorry, we did not get a move below 1080. We did not get a move above that 1120-ish, 1140-ish area, which plays out well on both the daily and the 60-minute charts. So, once again, no reason to take a trade. You just sit by and watch. There are other stocks out there that weren't bad trades, such as Apple and some other ones. Baidu was actually a pretty good trader today. Watched that one for a while as well while I was in my Apple trade. And a few other things are moving, but otherwise the markets are just consolidating right now. So carefully watch the markets coming into tomorrow and Wednesday, and let's see if we don't get a break above and below those levels I've been mentioning. Wait for the breaks. Be conservative. Take the trade when you get it. That's how you're going to make money. That's how we're going to pay credit cards in January. So stay with me, guys. We'll be back with you again tomorrow night. Bye.